Today on Whiskey Wheels and Wrenching, working on the YJ, wrenching on the YJ, I'm going to be putting the back bumper on here. Now, not feeling the greatest, but tired of sitting around. Let's get this bumper on. First thing we got to do is get these here off. Now I went ahead and soaked them down with some WD-40. Sometimes you got to use a grinder because you just ain't got time or room or energy to do anything else. Hell with it. Alright, now you got to get somebody to help you hold this bumper in place. But then there's two bolts. There's a bolt, where's that? Somewhere under there. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. There's a bolt on each side you got to get in place, and that'll hold it up while you're starting. And then we got two more bolts. They're going to go in here. They screw in here. The nut's already welded inside the bumper, and then that'll hold that in place. I think that's it. The directions kind of suck, but it's looking good so far. Ran into a problem. These tabs here are not at a 90-degree angle. They're about an 85 maybe. And the problem is whenever you run the bolt up through here like that onto the bumper, the frame, these holes here are sit more like this. So the bumper won't go up high enough for these holes to line up. So got to find a way to take some of that bend out of there and bring it maybe back this way a little bit. About that far is probably all it needs. Shouldn't have to do this on new stuff, but sometimes it's the shit you run into. Alright, here's where we're at. I took a week off. I'm not gonna lie, I said it the last time, I wasn't feeling that great. So I'm back, I feel a whole lot better. And I did some reading and some research, and apparently there's a common problem with these Smitty Built bumpers with the swing out tire carrier thing. That bottom flap that I showed you was bent up too far. Excuse me. So I got two choices. One, I can send it back to the company and wait for them to send me a new one, or I can improvise. I'm going to improvise because I don't feel like sending it back. It's too much of a hassle, too much of a pain in the ass for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a grinding wheel. I'm going to cut halfway through the edge on it, bend it down so it's at like a 90-degree angle, mock it up, get it in place, make sure all the bolt holes line up, and then I'm going to run a bead of weld across there to really strengthen it back up, and then put her in place. Shouldn't take too long, but things never go as planned, so let's see what happens. Just to show you a little bit better what I'm talking about with this angle here where it comes down and out. If I take a square there and put it up there, you see the gap underneath there. So that goes to show right there that that thing is not sitting right. It needs to be sitting like that is. But in fact, you can see it's definitely angled up a little bit. And apparently this isn't the first time this has happened. So we're just going to take the grinder, cut right across here, about halfway through there, bend this thing out so it's sitting flat. It kind of shows you right there too. Ain't got to go far, but we got to get that flattened out. Alright, that is the bottom part on. So next, you got to put this top part on. First thing you got to do is put this nylon piece down over top. That's going to protect the paint there from the metal on metal grinding. Second, you put your swing arm on there. Just like that. Last thing is you got to put the snap ring here on top of there. You're going to need some pliers to pry that apart. Next thing is this here top post. It just slides right down in there like that. Alright, now you got this big bolt here. This goes back here, through there like that. Don't forget to put your washers on it. Next thing to do is to slide on the tire mount. It just goes on there like that. Now, if you got a skinny regular tire, you can put it, underneath there like that. But if you got an oversized tire, you got an extra hole here. And these holes are slotted, so you can move it up, move it in and out as you need. And that's what that should look like when you're done. That thing ain't going nowhere. Down here, you want to make sure your pin here works. Make sure it latches in place there. This here gets screwed right to your bottom of your license plate there. That way you don't ever lose this. That's your lock for your pin there. Well, there she is. She's all mounted. The D-rings look pretty good on there. My final thoughts. It should have been a lot easier than what it was. For some reason it just seems like it was not made as good as it could have been. The metal, definitely those them brackets underneath. After I cut halfway through the first one, I figured, what the hell, I'll give the second one a pound with a hammer just to see what happens. And it bent right out into place where I needed it. So, Smitty Built, you probably could have made those a little heavier duty. All in all, it looks good. I don't know how much I would trust it as far as putting a trailer on it with anything real weight to it. But on this thing, it's a 4-cylinder hell. It ain't gonna pull much weight anyways. Other thing I noticed, it's got a hell of a lot of movement in it. So it's gonna, that swing arm is definitely gonna vibrate and annoy the shit out of me. So I'm gonna have to figure out something to make some type of rubber bumper or something to put in there, put in place. One thing I had to add here is I took this piece of mine belt here, cut 2 little pieces of it, super glued them in place. Because whenever this is shut, it rattles like a sumbitch going down the road. So make sure you put something in there to take some of that slack out of it. You'll appreciate it. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'd recommend it for the price, as long as you want something that's going to look pretty. If you want something that's going to function, you might want to spend some more money. Alright, we'll see you next time. Working on the YJ. Alright.